We are in the dark of the moon right now. So we are about 18 hours before the Taurus new moon. So we are in this beautiful, liminal, sacred, in-between space where the old cycle has ended and the new one hasn't quite begun, but the sun and the moon are in Taurus. And tomorrow's new moon is not exactly what most pop astrologers are talking about. Yes, Taurus is the sign of stability, it's the sign of values, of earth, things, finances, Venus, love, beauty, abundance. You know, you'll hear about all the manifestation stuff, about manifesting money and setting intentions around finances, which is all beautiful and absolutely go ahead. But I want to take you somewhere a little bit deeper, because this new moon has beautiful dark feminine all over it. There are so many celestial bodies that are going to be making this new moon transformative. So this new moon is at 25 degrees and 58 minutes of Taurus, and it is an exact conjunction with one of the most powerful and misunderstood fixed stars in the sky. That's Algol, Medusa's head. So you'll know Medusa from mythology and books, and she traditionally was feared as malevolent. But here's what the patriarchal telling of that story has missed. Medusa was not always a monster. She was an oracle goddess, a seer, and a keeper of feminine wisdom. She was turned into a monster by a jealous goddess and then decapitated by a hero who then used her own power as a weapon. Now, does that sound familiar? The feminine demonized, weaponized, and feared. But even in death and even after decapitation, Medusa's power remained. She transformed through every tragedy. She only became stronger. And that is the energy of this new moon. Not gentle Taurus comfort, but the fierce, sovereign, reclaimed feminine. And Medusa isn't here alone. Kali, who has been in my awareness so strongly these past 48 hours or so, she is the destroyer of illusions, and she doesn't arrive to create fear. So she arrives to dismantle what is false so that what is true can finally breathe. And then there's Sedna, the deep ocean feminine, themes of sacrifice, betrayal. Her fingers were chopped off by her own father, and she came down to the depths of the sea, and it's said that her fingers were what gave birth to the seals and all the marine life in the ocean. So this is the reclamation of power from the depths, and it's in Taurus right now, close to this moon. And then there's Eris. Eris is the goddess of discord and truth-telling. Who is it? One of my favourite astrologers talks about her being like the truth bomb, and who disrupts false harmony and demands authenticity and is making her presence very felt. And of course, there's Lilith, the original wild feminine. And I've done videos on Lilith in the past, so check out one of those. But she is the one who refused to be domesticated, right? Before Eve, there was Lilith, the original Adam and Eve story. Lilith came of the earth, and she refused to be domesticated. She refused to be obedient. And she is squaring this new moon. So not a gentle influence, but it is a fierce activation in this new moon. I can tell you that these are not coincidences. The dark feminine is rising collectively and has been, right? We can feel her. You can probably feel her if you are watching this. You're probably already attuned to the feminine energies. So she's asking us, what false story are you still living inside? On my walk, one of my walks this week, a question came through my body. It wasn't from my mind. It was from somewhere far deeper than that. And the question is, where is your body holding fear around the masculine? Where is your body holding fear around the masculine? Sit with that. The education system we've been dismantling in my conversations this week were built upon obedience, on output, on performance, and that's masculine energy untempered by the feminine. I also talk about this in one of my other videos around the human design cycle that is coming to an end, the cycle of planning, which has been in place since 1615, and we move into the cross of the sleeping phoenix in 2027. So that is another suggestion where we are moving away from those old masculine energies of structure and institutions, and this more feminine, more intuitive energy is really coming through. I've also been thinking about this week is the vows that we made, possibly as young girls, and these examples are coming from my own experience. For example, I will never be dependent. I will never need anyone. I will be enough on my own, right? Those are fear responses to the masculine woundings that are stored in our bodies. Have a think. Maybe this is something that you have also unconsciously done growing up. So again, it's really feeling into the body and feeling where in the body do we feel this? In the womb, in the heart, in the hips, in the throat. This is particularly potent with Mercury conjunct this moon. So the planet of voice and communication. Begin to ask yourself, where am I holding it? Where am I holding this in my body? And this is all about just being aware. This is about non-judgment. And this isn't about trying to fix it, not trying to analyze it. It's just feeling where it lives in the body and just breathing into it. That's all we have to do. So here's what I invite you to do for this new moon. Not sitting at your desk just journaling. This calls for something a little bit more embodied, more elemental, something that's much more Taurian in energy, which is all about the earth, right? She is an earth sign. She is the sensual body. So go outside, take your shoes off, feel the earth beneath your feet. It's that kind of energy. Roll around in it, do what you want. Taurus is earth, so earth is your medicine right now. Make literal contact with the ground, with the earth. Feel the earth through your fingers. Whatever it is that takes you intuitively to the earth, let your nervous system also recalibrate through your hands and your feet. And then I invite you to speak out loud, because Mercury is conjunct this new moon, planet of voice and communication, perception, belief, thoughts made real. Your words have such power right now. So speak it aloud, speak it out loud to the universe, to the clouds, to the trees, maybe speak to a tree, maybe to a plant. Let Mother Earth hear you and say what you're releasing. Name the old pattern that's coming up. Name those old vows or contracts that you've made, or those old stories that you're ready to release and let go of. Say them out loud, speak them, and let the earth receive it. And then state your intention, not what you want to have, but who you are choosing to be. Reclaiming that version of who you are and that version of yourself who is emerging from this dark of the moon. And if you want to go deeper, place your hands on your womb space or your belly and breathe and just ask, where am I holding this fear? And feel into it, really feel into, where am I holding this fear? Where is the feminine in me contracting around something old? And just notice it without judgment, and let whatever arises be witnessed by you, by the earth, by the dark goddess energies that are very, very present right now. This is not about bypassing what's difficult. This is about letting it move through you with the support of the earth beneath you and the cosmos above you. It's not about getting into the analytical masculine mind and trying to fix it. It's just about being present with it and being in that really feminine, deeply feminine energy, and allow it to move through you with the support of the earth beneath you and the universe above you. As above, so below. if this is landing and if something in your body has just responded to what I've shared, this is the work I do with women privately in my private sessions. So understanding your own chart, your own individual, unique energetic blueprints, the patterns written in your human design and your birth chart, so that moments like this new moon become deeply personal portals rather than generic collective events. A human design reading is where we begin. Your map, your design, who you were before the conditioning layered over you. Drop me a comment or a DM if you feel the pull.